Hello guys, Captain Alex Mason here, and today I'm actually going to be talking about another developer story. Just a sec. Alright, so as you guys may or may have not known that through the entire Call of Duty franchise there has been at least 17 different developers so far, and that includes some of the comic book stuff and whatnot. And the reason why I'm bringing this stuff up is because one of those 17 actually has now created a merger, which means it is closing its doors for the last time. I'm not saying that the company itself is dead, it's just not going to be recognized as that company anymore. And the company I'm talking about, and you guys probably may have heard or may have not heard of it, and this company lasted for at least 20 years, and the company is Neversoft. That's right, fellas. Neversoft is closing its doors. Now, they actually closed their doors in May, but it came into the new Game Informer released with a nice little Assassin's Creed Rogue preview picture or whatnot. But anyway, now you guys may have not really noticed what games they were mostly famous for or have been mentioned in this magazine. We had Skeleton Warriors in 1995, a year after it was created, MDK for PlayStation Portable, Apocalypse 1998, oh, and MDK was 1997. 99, Tony Hawk's Pro Skater, and then in some later that year, Activision actually created its little deal with Neversoft, and then 2000 they had Spider-Man. They also had Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 2, Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3 in 2011, Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 4 in 2002, Tony Hawk's Underground in 2003, and in 2004 Tony Hawk's Underground 2, Tony Hawk's American Wasteland in 2005, Gun in 2005, Tony Hawk's Project 8, 2006, and then later that same year, Neversoft is given the Guitar Hero franchise. Now, I don't know what that's going to do to the entire franchise. I haven't really seen them make any new games for now, but you never know. 2007, Tony Hawk's Proving Ground, Guitar Hero 3, Legends of Rock in 2007, Guitar Hero Aerosmith in 2008, Guitar Hero World Tour in 2008, Guitar Hero Metallica in 2009, Guitar Hero 5 in 2009, Band Hero in 2009, Guitar Hero Van Halen for 2009, 2010, Guitar Hero Warriors of Rock, 2013, Call of Duty Ghosts, and they did Extinction Mode. Now, what this magazine doesn't mention here, which is kind of odd, is that they didn't mention that Neversoft Entertainment also did, I think it's the survival or Spec Ops part of Modern Warfare 3. That was like the first time they were ever introduced into any Call of Duty game. And then this year, Neversoft is dissolved and merged into Infinity Ward. So now Infinity Ward has turned itself into its own super developer. Now, to be honest, this hasn't been like the first time we've ever seen something like this. And now, with that, I'm going to mention all the different developers we've seen so far in the Call of Duty franchise. First, there was Infinity Ward, and they did the first game. Aspire Media, I hope I'm pronouncing this right, they did the first as well. Grey Matter Interactive, and they actually started with United Offensive. Spark Unlimited did Finest Hour. Treyarch started with Big Red 1. Pi Studios started with United Offensive. N-Space, now they mostly do the Nintendo part, like the Nintendo branch. Rebellion did Final Fronts, IdeaWorks did Call of Duty Zombies and the mobile app stuff. Like, not when I mean zombies, I mean like the actual app for your iOS or whatever. Wildstorm Productions, and that's a comic book company. They did their one and only thing for the Call of Duty franchise, and that was MW2 Ghosts. Sledgehammer Games, they started with Modern Warfare 3, and they're currently working on their new one. Raven Software also started with Modern Warfare 3. Now one of my favorites, because it turns out it's actually in the state I live in. Neversoft Entertainment, which I just talked about. We Can Pretend. It's a YouTube profile that did the Operation Kingfish thing. It was fan-made, then all of a sudden, I'm not quite sure how they got Activision involved in this, and I guess they thought the actors and stuff were really good at it, so they decided, hey, let's use this as like a way to reveal our game. And now I hope I'm pronouncing this one right. Nihilistic Software. They so far created only one game right now, and that's Black Ops Declassified. And after that, they've gotten some heat, but as what I'm aware of right now, they are still active. The Blast Furnace. Their first game for the COD franchise was Strike Team, which is the iOS app. And then we have a newer developer, which is now amongst the ranks with Sledgehammer, High Moon Studios, and they're working on the Advanced Warfare. Now, on to the developers that have disappeared, and to what reasons why, and like what year do they become non-existent. We're gonna first start off with Grey Matter Interactive. Now, their last game that they ever made was actually with Treyarch, and that was Big Red 1. Grey Matter Studios eventually created a merger and are now part of Treyarch. And Pi Studios, I actually didn't find out about this until afterwards, but they actually assisted Treyarch in developing Black Ops, and they dissolved. They're not a part of anybody, and that was 2011. And Grey Matter Interactive dissolved in 2005. Now, Wildstorm Productions was the comic book series. As what I'm aware of, it's defunct, but I don't know if it's part of it. I heard it was replaced by DC Universe, and that was in 2010. And then we got our last one, Neversoft Entertainment, and now it's part of Infinity Ward, and its last game was Ghosts, and that was 2014. So, yeah, 17 minus 4, guys. Not that that's a big deal or anything, but now I mean, basically what they did was, there's even an Easter egg in the last Ghosts extinction map, Exodus, and I was watching Next Gen Tactics live stream, and unfortunately, they still haven't uploaded the extinction mode, and I honestly don't know when they're going to, but they were trying to get all the intel because, you know, it's Next Gen Tactics, they want to get everything done right away, and that sort of stuff, and they couldn't get the last intel, which was found, like, unlocked as with top secret on it, and they were constantly getting heat from the live stream saying, oh, well, this guy, he had reliable info, and then all of a sudden he fakes the next thing, and then he's like, well, okay, and then everybody comes back and they said, hey, it didn't work, whatever you said was wrong, and then he changes his story again and he lost his credibility. So for a while they couldn't figure it out. Now, to what I'm told, when I went into their live stream again a few weeks back, they said, oh, well, we already figured it out, but they didn't really show a video or did a live stream on it, so I don't know. One thing's for sure I know is that basically how you get the Easter egg is you go from the spawn of Exodus, and I'm not sure if it's gotten an update right now, but you go to the left of spawn, go for that assault rifle, the Remington R5, pick it up. You want to use normal ammunition, no incendiary ammo, no explosive ammo, just normal ammo. And basically you take that and you shoot at a billboard. It's kind of like the LOL Easter egg, and you spell Neversoft. And once you do that, you will get the top secret intel, which basically is a video of the creators that founded Neversoft closing their doors, and I don't know what this, if there's any significance to it, burning their logo, or basically it's the eye where that is attached to the spear, if you recall. That's this symbol, and they're burning it, and they actually show a picture of it in this magazine. The guy holding the crossbow actually had it on fire and he lit it up. At least I think that's what he did, but he was one of the guys that formed it. I believe his name is, it's mentioned here somewhere. Joel Jewett, or I don't know, but he shot the eyeball with the flaming arrows, and that was their final goodbye. And these were the two guys that actually started Neversoft. I don't know if I can get a good picture at all, but there's the guy that shot the arrow right here, and then there's the other guy right here. So yeah. To those, if Neversoft or anybody is listening, I just want to say to those companies that help create some of the best games and some of the most amazing experiences for the game franchise, I want to thank you guys for creating, or at least trying to create, some of the best Call of Duty experiences we COD gamers and fans have loved and enjoyed so far. And I guess I'm saying, I don't want to be mean about it, but I'm not including those negative responses that we get about Ghosts being, oh, well, you milked that game too much. It's not even worth it. It's like, okay, well, you know what? It's the first game for next gen. What do you want it to do? One thing I still want to see, though, that I still haven't seen, and I'm kind of disappointed about it, is see the United Offensive, which was the second Call of Duty game in history to be made, which was an expansion pack to the original, and Call of Duty 2 available for PlayStation 3. I mean, they have the technology to do it, but they just chose not to. I don't understand that. Activision, what are you doing? The reason why I keep bringing this up all the time is because they did it with Call of Duty Classic, which was the very first Call of Duty, just with, like, you know, revised graphics, and it was available for Xbox 360 and PlayStation 3 as like an arcade feature. And that's actually one of the games that's on my checklist to actually do sooner or later. But yeah, I've mentioned to it several times on Twitter and Facebook, asking Activision, please make another available thing for it, and they just haven't replied back. So I don't know if I'm going to the wrong spot to actually contact them and ask them to do this, or if I have to take it one step higher or go to the extreme to do it. I'm not sure. But if you guys know any better ways, just let me know in the comment section below. Also, if you have anything to say, just say it right away. Don't give me any vague or biased comments or opinions for me to answer or anything like that. And hopefully I can finish up another Call of Duty this week or before the end of summer. It's my #1 goal right now. Okay, I finish this game, I can finish the other ones. I also got a new book, to use to draw new maps and stuff, so that'll help. Anyway, I'm Captain Alex Mason. I'm going to have to end this now because of my 15-minute limit, and I'll see you guys next time.